Sandwich, Illinois. Believe it or not, I used to grow about 20 miles down the road in Earlville. Sounds like the whole town showed up. That's right. You guys are here cooking the pizza at Casey's. They're struggling down there. They need their gas station pizza. That's how it is. Growing up, I mean, a lot of people call Sandwich a small town, guys. Growing up in Earlville, this might as well have been the big city for me. They got a Walmart on the other side of town, a movie theater, and a McDonald's. Oh, so bougie. Well, it's good to be at the Sandwich Opera House, guys. Personally, I enjoy being in any place that serves Busch Light by the can. That's where it's at. Hell yeah. That's right. Busch Light. The beer's so versatile. You call it Busch Latte, no one judges you for drinking it in the morning. Ah, cheap beer, that's the way to go. I think we need cheap beer, but not more than ever, though, guys. I really do. I think we do. If you ask me, take a look around. I don't think it's great to say this. This nation is standing on a precipice. We have reached a breaking point. We've reached the maximum number of goddamn craft breweries that we need. It's too much. It's not yeah, that's right. I don't understand this anymore. You know, just walk in any bar east of 47. Order a Bud Light, they look at you like you punk-kicked a baby. Let's calm it down. Try and drink beer and not be judged. Of course, you never heard of half of these beers anymore, you know, so you gotta ask for a recommendation. They're like, oh, we got this chocolate porter. We got this raspberry sour. We got this pumpkin pie ale. How come all your beers sound like they're going out of their way to not taste like beer? Can you just admit you don't like beer and move on to hard liquor like an adult? Right. Turn your drinking hobby into a drinking problem. Right. I can't even get behind some of the hard liquor trends these days, though, guys. I really can't. But I gotta ask you guys tonight. Do we have any? We got any Malort fans in the audience? That is the proper response right there. I'll get people cheering, and I'm like, I don't know what you guys are thinking. I would huff some paint thinner in my day, never thought about drinking it. It's weird to me, I don't understand it. Malort doesn't exist to be enjoyed. I think Malort exists for one reason and one reason only. That's so you can give your friends who grew up outside the Chicagoland area a very small taste of what it feels like to be a Cubs fan. That's... One good year out of 100, that's not the best. Well, I'm an idiot anyway, don't listen to my opinion. I mean, I've accidentally smoked crack before. Happens, growing up in these small towns, you get bored, you know? No, I always remember, I was about 16 years old, me and some buddies, we had tickets for a concert. I go pick up my buddy, we couldn't find any weed. So I was like, dude, we both know your mom parties. I bet you she's got some shit in her room. Instantly under her bed, we find a pipe half packed, all resonated, ready to go. We're like, fuck yeah, it's rock and roll. Started smoking on the way to the concert. Instantly knew something wasn't right, kind of tastes like burnt plastic. Pass around a couple more times, scrape it out, blow the Brillo pad. Yeah, I don't think this is weed, guys. But it was all we had, so we finished it anyway. Goddamn rock and roll. It's funny, I tell people that story, and they seem to judge me for something else, because the concert we went to, fucking Nickelback. Everyone laughs and groans. I don't understand. This band still sells millions of records, never once met a fan. It doesn't, it's one of the great mysteries of the universe. Oh man, make sure you're tipping your bartenders tonight, guys. It's been rough for everyone, especially rough on people in the service industry. You know, I've worked in the service industry myself for several years. Off and on, even worked at Chili's for a bit, not to brag or anything. Working in the service industry, you learn some things real quick, you really do. First thing you automatically learn is the people are fucking stupid. Simple as that. I always remember the dumbest question I ever had asked once was, what's the difference between the 6-ounce steak and the 8-ounce steak? Well, if I gotta do that simple math, I gotta kiss that 20% tip goodbye. I'm moving on. Outrageous. Or I think I asked quite a lot, especially at Chili's, was, do you guys have anything not spicy on the menu? Do you have anything not spicy? I was like, well, first of all, this is a chain restaurant. Everything is designed to taste as bland as possible. Second of all, you're not looking for spice. Maybe walking in the restaurant with a giant chili pepper over the front fucking door wasn't the best idea. Fuck off on Olive Garden. That's where you go. One thing that I learned serving that I think the medical community should be made aware of, apparently gluten allergies only affect middle-class white women and their children. I don't understand how that works. Perhaps a study should be done. But there's one mistake that you guys all, the restaurant-going public, tend to make when you go out. Everyone makes this mistake is you go to a restaurant, seem to assume that your waitstaff is supposed to give a shit about your birthday. Newsflash, if you're over 10 years old, your parents don't even give a shit. Get over this. Move on. Chili's would have to sing a stupid song every time. I always remember one day, we had 2 tables set up for your birthday at once. My coworker's table was celebrating her first birthday. My table was celebrating her 98th birthday. So we go to my coworker's table first, and she's very enthusiastic. She's like, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special first birthday in the house. And she gets the whole restaurant involved when they're clapping and cheering, and I was standing back like, fuck. I work in show business. I can't let this bitch outdo me. I gotta match her energy, so we get to my table. I was like, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special final birthday in the house. And that was my last day at Chili's. Oh, guys, waiting tables doing comedy like a lot of people. I went broke pretty quick during the pandemic. Anybody else go broke? Bunch of CEOs in the audience, I see how it is. No, waiting tables doing comedy during the pandemic, first thing you find out is you're not essential. I had always assumed, but it kind of sucked to get confirmation, you know? I'd also just moved from Illinois to Arizona, so trying to get a hold on unemployment was impossible in either one. So I created about ways to make money. I was looking online, found an ad for a sperm clinic down there in Arizona. Said you can make $100 for your first donation and up to $1,500 a month. I was like, holy shit, that is a lot of money I've literally been flushing down the toilet. Past few years, you hear a lot about people selling their old Pokemon cards on eBay, making a ton of money. Apparently I had a stock drawer worth billions, didn't even realize it. Now, when I was thinking about doing this, I was telling a few friends, and I automatically get the same response, which made me learn that discrimination comes in all shapes and sizes in America. It does. Because the first question I automatically asked when I told anybody I was thinking about donating semen was, does anybody want ginger sperm? I was like, well, fuck you. First of all, identify as a bulb now. Second of all, I don't think that's how it works. I'm not going to go up to the door and they're going to keep walking, Orange. Nobody needs that shit. Now, obviously, there's a lot of shame and secrecy associated with this act, so I was very nervous thinking about this. I always do this at home and in private. I've never done this in public before. So I go there a few times, and I started to get more comfortable, started to think about it more clearly. I was like, you know what? I'm now on somebody else's time and somebody else's dime. Started to feel so free to scream America every time I climaxed. But after making a few donations, I started getting a little in my head, started overthinking it. I was like, I'm down here in Arizona. What if there's a mix-up with this semen, and a bunch of people end up with my semen? About 14 to 15 years down the road, we hear about another pandemic down there in Arizona. A bunch of little redhead kids just spontaneously combusting in the sunlight. Will someone please get these kids some sunscreen? I know my rights, I don't gotta do anything. And we learned nothing. Oh. You guys, it's going well up here. It is. So I'd hate to hate to sound like a hipster with this next statement, but I was taking dick pics way before the shit was mainstream. Anybody in here under 35 might not remember, but a camera used to be its own device. You always have some little screen you could look at so your picture were turning out. No. You would have snapped that shit willy-nilly, fill up a roll of film, take it somewhere to get developed, wait at least an hour, and hope that shit turned out for the best. So if you happen to leave your camera unattended or on assholes such as myself, it's gonna snap a picture of my dick because it made me giggle. I never got to be there for the payoff or anything though. I assume it's some family so I get a picture back from vacation like, look at little Tyler, he's having such a blast, and here's a shot of the whole family, and oh my god, it's a dick! But sadly, it caught up to me pretty quick, guys. It did catch up to me. It was my high school prom. Faculty was nice enough to set up disposable cameras in each and every one of the tables. So I was nice enough to take each and every one of the cameras, snap a picture of my dick. Me and my buddies, we laughed about it for a couple weeks, about 2 weeks before I graduated high school. Called the principal's office. The principal sits me down and says, Jared, got this picture developed from prom. We had 43 pictures of your penis. And I played it off. I was like, sir, I have no idea what you're talking about. What would possibly make you think those pictures are of my penis? Jared, you're the only redhead in your class. Oh, guys, see these disease awareness campaigns everywhere, you know, like autism awareness, cancer awareness. I'm not a doctor or anything, but I'm fairly certain simply acknowledging a disease exists does absolutely nothing to help cure it. I was aware I was bald for years. Didn't help me at all. Yeah, this isn't a choice, guys. I can tell you right now, no redhead in the history of time has ever said to himself, gee, you know what I need? A large patch of unprotected skin as close to the sun as I can possibly get at all times. No one's ever said it. With these disease awareness campaigns, it used to be like, you know, run for the cure. Then it was a cancer walk. Now it's, just be aware. You know, keep an eye out your window. Those pesky AIDS will get you. And half the time too, when the corporations get involved, like it doesn't make any sense. Like I've seen signs that says, McDonald's supports diabetes awareness. Well, of course they do. No one's more aware of a disease than the people who have it. Or the NFL does their breast cancer awareness thing every October, wearing pink and shit, which is all well and good, but it seems to me NFL should be concerned about a few more things. Like, I don't know, concussion symptom awareness? That's a bit frightening. But I think my favorite one personally is autism awareness, because, I mean, I don't know much about autism, apparently neither do most doctors. But it seems to me that awareness is kind of their issue. Thanks, oh, guys, I did grow up in these small towns. I did grow up out here, you know, it's very easy to get lonely in these small towns. If you're here past time you're 21, you've either already dated or are related to every dating option in town. Or sadly, sometimes both. It gets weird. I remember one time out here, I was at a bar here in town, met this girl. She'd flown in from Florida. We hit it off on edge, had a wonderful evening together. She flies back to Florida. I thought that was going to be the end of it. You know, but she keeps calling me up. She's like, you should come down here. You should come down and visit. I was like, listen, I'm a struggling stand-up comedian. Waiting tables to get by. I can't exactly afford to fly across the country. She's like, no, I'll pay for it. I'll fly you down here. I'll cover everything. I was like, I don't know. It feels a little strange. But she kept pushing. She's like, Universal Studios. We'll do all this wild shit. We'll go parasailing. I started thinking about it more and more. And I was like, you know what? We live in the era of the gender South reboot. Girls can be Ghostbusters, I can sure sit your pretty woman. That's right, just call me Julia. Worked a lot of jobs in my day. Been a comedian, worked in warehouses, worked in production. This is my first and only chance to ever be a prostitute. You know, let's dive right now. It was a little sketchy, but first day I get down there, first day goes really well. You know, we go parasailing, we go down to Clearwater Beach, Florida. She takes me to Hogan's Beach Shop. I'm a huge pro wrestling fan. It's a great night. And I get a show. I get a show down in Orlando. Have a great set. And the next morning I wake up. She's like, you gotta wait here for a couple hours, I gotta go visit my kid because it's Easter. Because apparently she's the type of woman who would fly in a sex worker over Easter weekend. So I wait for a couple hours. She comes back with this child, comes into the room, brings the child in, goes to her room, leaves me alone with this child for 2 days. Really thought ahead on that one. Thought I was going to be Pretty Women into the goddamn Babysitters Club. It was a rough go. But that's the way I like to tell that story. Truth is, and I usually don't tell this part, is the night we met, I'd actually been going through a little bit of a rough time. I'd recently been put on antidepressants. Nothing wrong with it. Everybody gets down now and then. But the one side effect was that, let's just say, I could race all day long, but I couldn't quite get to the finish line, if you know what I mean. You know, I could churn butter, but no butter was coming out, if you know. I think you guys get the point. By the time she had flown me down there, I was feeling a little better out there, antidepressants. Turns out that finish line was right there down in Florida. I was running laps around her, and she was not impressed. Sadly, haven't heard from her once since. That's how that goes. It's also nice, I'll say, like I said, it gets lonely around here. It gets lonely in these small towns. So it's nice, around the time I turned 21, establishment opened up locally, over there in Sound. Don't even have to say it. People know exactly what I'm talking about. We got any high-heel saloons fan here in the audience? Some of you, the other ones, are slowly nodding because your wife or girlfriend are with you. I recognize some of your faces. I know how it is. Or you might not know what is high-heel saloons. I know locally it's called the Dirty Boot, and that's a way better name. There you go. I always remember one of the times I was there. You know, I'm going to paint the picture for you. If you haven't been to the high-heel saloon, just imagine. C-section scars as far as the eye can see. Smell of syphilis just hanging in the air. And the bush light flowing like water. It was my kind of joint is what I'm saying, guys. I just remember one night, you know, I'm there sitting back and this girl on stage gets on with the most amazing body I've ever seen. She's out there dancing, so instantly, I put $1 in my mouth, go up to the stage, and get some titties in my face. As far as I'm concerned, $1, 2 titties, best deal on the planet. Inflation has fucked up a lot of things, but I'm pretty sure that one still goes. I mean, what else can you get for $1 these days? Can Arizona iced tea? This is way better. But I finish up there on the stage, I go back to my seat, I sit down, I sit back, I enjoy the show. She gets off stage, she finishes up, she runs over to me, sits on my lap, gives me a big old hug. She's like, oh my God, Jared, it's been so long. It's at this point, I finally decide to look at her face. And I realized it's my former stepsister. Now, our parents had split up several years before. I haven't seen her at least 4 or 5 years. Last time I knew her, she was a little girl. She is now clearly a woman, and I'm in shock. So what proceeds to occur is the most awkward erection. What proceeds to occur is the most awkward interaction I believe I've had with another human being, because she's talking to me casually like we're each other at Walmart, like, how's your dad doing? What's your brother up to? And I'm just frozen, staring straight ahead. What am I supposed to do in this situation? And after a little bit of work, she realized she's getting nothing out of me. I can't even react to anything. So she stops fucking around and she gets to the point. She's like, so Jared, how about a lap dance? What kind of disgusting, degenerate pervert do you think I am, woman? I practically helped raise you. I'll give you 3 songs for the price of 2. Well, damn, sis, why don't you speak up? I call that one my step stripper story. All right, guys.